Short on time in Milan? Don't worry, even a quick stopover can give you a real taste of this iconic Italian city. Rather than just wasting time waiting for your next connecting flight, from the stunning Duomo di Milano and to the elegant Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II with its luxury shops, cafes and famous bull mosaic, there's so much to see in just a few hours. Of course, no visit is complete without tasting authentic Italian pizza, pasta and a refreshing Peroni beer. So join us as we explore the top things to do in Milan, all in a short but unforgettable stopover.
Welcome back, guys. I'm Farell Salvador. Right now I'm in Milan, Italy, and I'm right in front of the famous Duomo di Milano. So how are you finding Italy as your first impression?
Okay, beautiful. The place is beautiful. The only thing is a bit messy. Architecture is beautiful. You can't find it anywhere else. Only in Europe you'll find it. Yeah.
Plus this place is notorious for a lot of pickpockets, so just be careful when you guys do visit here. I'm just taking the risk bringing out my camera out here. Earlier in the train, we already encountered the first scamming kind of modus operandi where they come and sell you fake tickets. I told them to get lost. So far so good. Here it looks like we are here during a marathon day. As you can see, there's a marathon going on. So far so good. And just so you know, my dad's been here a few years back and he says he hates this place. That's why I got curious whether it's true or not. This place sucks. So let's go and find out.
Welcome to Milan, a quick but unforgettable stop as we transit our way back to Malaysia. Even with limited time, we made sure to visit the heart and soul of this city, the iconic Duomo di Milano. Standing for over 6 centuries, this cathedral isn't just a masterpiece, it's one of the largest Gothic cathedrals in the world. Every inch of its exterior is carved with statues, spires and details that feel almost unreal. And when the sun hits those white marble walls, it's pure magic. The Duomo isn't just a building, it's Milan's story, its pride, and the very place that every traveler must see at least once.
Such a beautiful church, guys. That is why there's so many people down here that comes just to see this place. Amazing, look at the structure. It's so detailed. And plus earlier this morning it was not so busy. Now looking at the crowd, wow, what a place. This is the type of places that where pickpockets and all, so just be careful. Because I've been warned so many times by my friends who are living here, so just be careful.
While at the Duomo di Milano, we noticed people rubbing certain carvings on the cathedral's doors. This isn't just random, it's a centuries-old tradition believed to bring good luck. Many of the carvings are symbols or figures tied to Milanese history, and locals and tourists alike follow this ritual, hoping for a bit of fortune during their visit. After taking in the beauty of the Duomo di Milano, we spent some time walking around the square, Piazza del Duomo, the true heart of Milan. This massive open space is where the city's energy comes alive. You'll see people from all over the world, locals rushing by and the travelers just soaking in the view. The architecture surrounding the square is stunning from every angle. And just beside the square is another treasure, the Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II. This stunning 19th century shopping gallery is one of the oldest in the world, and stepping inside feels like walking into a royal palace. The glass dome, the mosaic floors, the elegant arches, everything here is built to impress.
Another famous landmark is just right beside the Duomo di Milano. I'm inside it now. It looks like a mall. Such a beautiful mall that has all the branded products here like the Prada, the Dior, the Louis Vuitton. It's all in this mall. Look at that. I've seen a lot of people taking photos when they come to Milan in this place right after they've done the Duomo. And then the glass roof. Simply amazing.
And don't forget the famous tradition, spin your heel on the bull mosaic for good luck. It's a must-do for every visitor.
And I heard a belief down here in Italy. They say you look for the bull in the center, then you spin around it to get good luck. I'm looking for it now. I'm looking for the bull. Where's the bull? Oh, I think they found it. Oh, there they go. They found it.
Popular tradition is to spin your heel 3 times on the bull's mosaic for good luck. Some tourists do just 1 turn for fun. But the official Milan tradition is 3 full spins on the bull's, well, the faded spot.
Every single minute when somebody sees this bull, they're all spinning on it. Look at that. But every time when somebody sees this, they spin on it. Interesting.
And since it's said to bring good luck, we didn't hesitate to join in the spinning tradition, placing our heel on the bull and turning 3 full times just like everyone else. A fun little ritual and honestly part of the full Milan experience. So what exactly can you do inside the Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II? Well, a lot. This isn't just any shopping mall. It's Milan's living room. The next thing we did was to treat ourselves to some gelato, because you can't visit Italy without trying the real thing. Even inside the Galleria, you'll find gelato shops serving creamy, rich flavors that hit perfectly after all the walking. A simple moment, but honestly, one of the sweetest parts of our Milan stop.
If you want, I can put two flavors. If you want, this one the better.
Okay, whichever is famous. Grazie. Obviously guys, when you come to Italy, your trip is never complete if you do not get yourself a gelato. So I asked the lady to give me the best that people usually will order down here. And she gave us this pistachio flavor. You can really taste the flavor. Ooh, lovely. It's only €6. Two different types of flavor they mixed. Here in the main center in Galleria. It's just right beside the Duomo di Milano. So all three of us got our gelato. Show your gelato, Auntie. Ooh, Uncle, how's yours? Ooh, there we go. So if you come to Italy, this is the first thing you gotta do is either this, pizza or pasta. So we're doing this first. Later we're gonna look for some pizza and then the pasta. Let me finish this ice cream now. After enjoying and finishing our gelato in the Galleria, we headed outside to hunt for the best spot to eat pizza and pasta. But before venturing out, we took a moment to secure our belongings because Milan, like many major European cities, is known for pickpockets, especially around crowded tourist spots. A quick check on our bags, cameras and pockets, and we were good to go. Better safe than sorry when exploring a busy city. Alright, after hearing from everybody telling me to be careful when I travel to Milan, so I did take their advice. So I started covering my bag, as you can see, since it's notorious for all this pickpockets and all. And honestly, the easiest way to find good food in Italy is simple. Just look for a restaurant with a long queue. If the locals are willing to wait, you already know the food is going to be amazing. So we followed the crowd, joined the line, and got ready for a proper Italian meal. A trip to Italy is never completed if you do not try their pizza. So it's a must, guys. Pizza and pasta. Now I'm having it now. With the pasta. Not like other. Not like any other. It's amazing. This is really authentic. The dough is so soft. Wow. Delicious. After trying the pizza and pasta, I washed it down with a Peroni beer, one of Italy's most famous beers enjoyed around the world for its crisp, refreshing taste. Our little Milan adventure felt complete. Even though it was just a layover, my friends and I had an amazing time getting a taste of what Italy has to offer. One thing's for sure, we'll definitely be coming back to explore it properly next time. After soaking in the sights, taste and atmosphere of Milan, it was time to head back. We took the Television bus, which brought us straight to Malpensa airport, ready to catch our flight back to Malaysia. A short stop, but truly a memorable taste of Italy.